Every roller coaster enthusiast has a set list of parks that he or she want to get to but have not yet gotten to. We call these our bucket list parks. And I have a list of actually 10 that I'm going to be listing off to you guys today that are inside the United States. And the reason I'm clarifying that they're in the United States is because if I was to combine my top 10 in the United States with the ones that I wanted to get to in the world, it would be a very long list, and it would be very hard to narrow it down to just 10 parks. So I'm going to do my United States bucket list park list today, and then later down the road I will do one consisting of the ones outside of the United States and the rest of the world. Starting off at number 10, I have Michigan's Adventure, and there's really one reason that I have any type of desire to get to this park, and that is because of Shivering Timbers. This roller coaster looks insane. It looks fantastic. It's a huge wooden coaster with, it looks like amazing airtime. It really makes this whole park seem worthwhile. And it has some other good coasters. I believe it has like a SLC and some other alright, mediocre kind of filler coasters. So, of course, the real reason to get there is Shivering Timbers, but, of course, I'd be getting on the other coasters as well. And overall, it looks like a nice quality park. I know, it's considered one of the lower scale Cedar Fair parks. It's considered on the lower end of the Cedar Fair chain. But I would like to experience and see what it's all about, and definitely get on Shivering Timbers. So number 9, I have Lake Compounce, which is in Bristol, Connecticut. And this is a very historical significant park. It's one of the oldest theme parks in the United States. Opened up in 1846. And a huge reason I'd want to get there is because of Boulder Dash. Of course, I would love to get to this park in general just because, again, how historically significant it is. As a theme park enthusiast, I would like to check it out because it has some very cool things that you don't get outside of this park because it's so old and has such cool and unique attractions that there's things in this park that you just don't get to experience anywhere else. But, of course, Boulder Dash is a huge reason to get up there. Phobia Fear Coaster looks good. Even Wildcat, their older wooden coaster, looks pretty good. So I would definitely want to get up to this park and check it out. At number 8, I have Mount Olympus, and this is a park that's actually located within like another attraction at Wisconsin Dells, which is like a huge tourist attraction, and then inside of this they have Mount Olympus. So I would definitely want to get up here because of a huge scale wooden coaster, which is called Hades 360. But this is the one park that I would say, outside of like Compounce and Michigan's Adventure, where I was just talking about one coaster in particular with Lake Compounce having Boulder Dash and Michigan's Adventure having Shivering Timbers. Mount Olympus has Hades 360, which is the big highlight, but it also has some other large-scale wooden coasters, Zeus and Cyclops, which also look like pretty good attractions. So I definitely want to get out there and check out those rides. It looks like a really cool, unique park, and I've heard Hades is insane, and it looks like a great ride. So no doubt I want to get up there and check that out. At number 7, I have Valley Fair, which is a park that I think seems to get underrated because of how low it is in the Cedar Fair chain, but it actually looks like a pretty high quality park. And I'll say this: I went to Dorney Park a couple years ago, and a lot of people had told me how it just wasn't as good as the other Cedar Fair parks, and that it doesn't have a good collection and everything. And I think this definitely looks to have a better collection than Dorney, and I loved Dorney. I thought Dorney was a great park, so I really think that Cedar Fair parks, and even in the lower end of the chain, seem to sometimes get a little overhated. So this is definitely one that I would love to check out. And Valley Fair looks like a fun little park. It has Renegade, which is considered one of the better GCIs. It has Wild Thing, Steel Venom, Excalibur. It has some really cool coasters that I, without a doubt, want to check out and get to. At number 6, I have Six Flags Great America, which is a park that I was actually supposed to have gotten to last year, but I did not end up getting up there. Just planned out, did not end up working out. But this is a park that has some fantastic roller coasters. You have Raging Bull, Max Force with last year's edition. You even have an RMZ Goliath, which looks great. It's supposed to be a great coaster. So there's so many great coasters up here. It has a lot of, I think it's one of the most coaster-filled parks in the United States. So I think it has like 15 or 16 roller coasters. So I, without a doubt, want to get up here and check this park out. It looks great. I've heard it's a great Six Flags park, and I really want to check it out one day. So number 5, I have Lagoon, which is a very unique park. It has built some very unique coasters, Cannonball, Wicked. There's so many different unique coasters here, and I really want to check this park out. It has a lot of coasters. I believe it's family owned, so it's a family owned park that has a lot of roller coasters. I think it has like 11 or 12 roller coasters, so it's filled to the brim with roller coasters. It looks like a really cool park. I've heard some really great things about it, so I definitely want to check that out. At number 4, I have Six Flags Magic Mountain. And this is kind of speaks for itself. It's pretty much the roller coaster capital of the world. I know Cedar Point likes to call itself the roller coaster capital of the world, but Six Flags Magic Mountain technically is with 19 roller coasters, and I mean I could list every ride there: X2, Twisted Colossus, Ninja, Scream. There's so many different coasters there that are great. So I could list out. I mean their entire list is great. So I really want to get out there and check out the coasters they have to offer. It looks like a fantastic park. The reason I don't have it higher up in my list is because when I look at parks, I look for more quality over quantity. And while this does look like a great park in terms of having a lot of roller coasters and it looks great, I've heard that the quality is kind of not the best. And coming from Six Flags, that makes sense. But it definitely is still up in my, it's still in top 4 of parks that I want to get to in the United States. Number 3, I have Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. This is a park that is considered one of the best theme parks in the world. It has Outlaw Run, Time Traveler, Wildfire, Thunderation, some really cool roller coasters there that I definitely want to check out. This park is supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be like, it's Dollywood's sister park soon. I know Dollywood's beautiful, and I've heard that these two are often compared in terms of how aesthetically pleasing they are. So I definitely want to get out there, check it out, ride the rides, get immersed in the theme and everything like that. It looks like a great park, and I would love to get out to Branson one day and check it out. Number 2 is Busch Gardens, Tampa, a park that I would definitely want to get to because it is the sister park to my home park, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I often like to look and compare these two because they're very similar in terms of some things, because it seems that sometimes the SeaWorld chain has tried to imitate these rides at different parks, and they do that at Busch Gardens parks as well. So they have SheiKra here. They have SheiKra here at Busch Gardens, Tampa, when they have Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. They got Cheetah Hunt the same year that they got Verbolten at Busch Gardens, which are both launched coasters. I know they're not really similar in terms of what they do, but they're both launched coasters, relatively similar. They got Tigris, we got Tempesto. There's Montu, Alpengeist. You know, there's similarities between the parks that I would love to check out and see which one I like better. I have a feeling I would like Williamsburg better because I'm much more big on the theme side of things. And I know it is themed well into Africa and everything like that, but I love a good theme park. So Busch Gardens Williamsburg is one of the best theme parks, the most beautiful parks I've ever been to. And I'm sure Tampa is great as well. I don't know. I'm not going to make a prejudgment on which one I would like better. I have a feeling I might be a little biased and say Williamsburg, but we shall see. And I would love to get down there, especially for Iron Gwazi coming in 2020. And number 1 is Knott's Berry Farm. Now, this might come as a shock to you guys, but I think this park looks great. And in particular, I would love to get out here during Knott's Scary Farm, because as you guys might know, what actually got me into the theme park industry was those Halloween events. I originally loved going through the haunted houses and everything like that, and then I additionally wanted to ride the roller coasters, and then the roller coasters started interesting me even more. So, Knott's Berry Farm is supposed to be a beautiful park. It has a great coaster collection, and it looks phenomenal. I without a doubt think this is my number 1 favorite park in America if I ever got out to it. It's like a mix between roller coasters, heaven, and having great theming. You know, there's not a lot of parks that can do those two things well. Either you're a great theme park and you don't have the greatest coaster collection, or you're a great coaster collection, but sometimes the actual theming isn't that great. This looks like it has a mix of both, and the roller coasters it has Ghost Rider, Hang Time, Montezuma's Revenge, Accelerator, etc. You know, there's so many different coasters there. They all look fantastic. It looks great. I want to get out there so much, and it looks like a phenomenal park. I love what Cedar Fair does with some of their smaller parks as well. Alright, so that's about it for this list. I have a lot of bucket list parks to talk about outside of the US that'll be coming soon as well. But those are my top 10 bucket list parks that I want to get out to in North America, or in the United States, excuse me. There's plenty out there that I haven't listed that I definitely want to get out to as well. But I do have one honorable mention before I close out the video, and that is Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And the reason I didn't put that in this video is because I'm actually going to be going there very soon. So technically speaking, it is a bucket list park because I've not actually gone there yet. But it's like pretty definite that I will be getting there in about a week and a half. I'll be actually at the park. So at this point, it's pretty much confirmed that I'll be there. So it's not really a bucket list park, and I didn't think it would be fair to include that because then I would be taking off a spot of one of the other parks on this list that I think definitely does need to be named. So Six Flags Fiesta Texas, honorable mention, not technically a bucket list park anymore because I'm going to be crossing that off the list here soon. The rest of these, I don't have any plans on getting to. Some of them I might get to this year, some of them I might not. We shall see. Only time can tell. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.